Everybody got the answer nowadays. Everybody want to be right. Nobody got the heart to be wrong. Nobody got the heart to accept that they wrong. We got so much problems in the world today, and with everybody being so right, I always say, why are the problems not being solved with so much of the correct people in the world? It's funny. It's over and over funny again and again. We try to control each other as humans. We try to control narrative, but don't matter how much you try to control something, you ain't gonna get what you want. You may control it for a little while, but at the end of the day, it's gonna burst. It's gonna wild out, and I was just thinking about it before I came on this live. People are very selfish and bad-minded to how they think in this world, and I'm gonna keep saying it over and over. It's gonna be a lot of destruction to the people. The selfish and the bad-minded thinking. Cause with everybody thinking that they right, whether we got colors or religions or genders or groups or leaders or crews or gangs, everybody think that their crew or their division or their gang or their religion is right. Everybody think that they got the correct answer, and if that's so, yeah, it's very easy for us to say, bless up, most hated, bless up, man, bless up, much love to you. If that's so easy to say that everybody is the problem that has the answer, why do we have the problems, Because I really don't like looking at where everybody want to big up themselves. Everybody got the answers. Everybody know this. Everybody know that. And no, it's not throwing no shade to nobody, but I could remember very well when a lot of people was very quiet about many things, and I wouldn't blame the internet, because without the internet, many people still have many different opinions, outside of the internet. But I remember when many people stood in different divisions of things that people went for. And now everybody is going for everything, and people are even selling themselves short. They're going for stuff that they never used to go for before. They're changing things that they never did before. And I keep on saying it because when I look at the world and I look at everybody else and I look at all the people that we have in the world, I say, who is correct? Who got the correct answers? Who is really teaching not where you live or where you're from, but who is really not forcing to lead the world, but who is actually putting something good out there for, not for people to follow, but a beacon of light, something that people could see. Bless up, Sassy, bless up, bless up. Something that people could really see, because sometimes when people follow people, people may follow people down a dark path, or some people may follow people into cults, or people may follow people into things that are not good for people to follow people into. So I'm saying for give people a spark, to give people a glow, give people a wake up call. Give people like something to make them feel good. A lot of the nonsense that I see going on in the world, it's crazy when I look at who want to be a leader, who want to be this person, and I'm gonna always say it's just a big foolish game, cause what's going on correctly? What's really happening? What's changing? Like I know people would continue to lie year after year and continue to suck in the pain year after year, but when would that be enough for the people to suck in the pain? Because I always speak about people being free and people getting what they need to get, whether it's in America and the rest of the world, but there's some people in the world where they don't, not that they don't know, but some people don't know how to express what they want, and those are the people that need help. So when I say who got the answers or who is really giving answers in this world or who is really giving leadership, it's not for people to answer that question, because a lot of people will just answer that question with arguments and stupidity, and that's not what we need, as a world, because we see people get up on YouTube or Twitter or any social media and people will talk about certain things that they think is correct or this and that, and I always say many of the times it's not about what you really want to have attention to. It's about you bringing attention to stuff that need attention, or you really helping something that needs help. Because we all see people want to be big and boastful, but they don't really get things accomplished. It's rather you be quiet and low key and get things accomplished. Because everybody nowadays, as we see, people know this, people know that, like they knew this before, they did this, they doing that, but we're not seeing no change really. And one thing I don't like to do is I don't like to lie on real life. Like, yes, there's many people out here are working to change many things and many stuff that's going on in the world and to help many people. And if you could do your job out there of saving somebody or even saving yourself, go ahead, keep on going, move strong. Don't let nobody tell you that it's wrong for you helping somebody out or even it's wrong for you helping yourself. Don't fall into that, or don't even listen to people tell you that, because as I said, many people will think they have the answers, but they will feed you the wrong answers that you don't need. And those answers that they feed you, those will be the same answers that'll hurt you. And it's not that it's helping them, but it's hurting you. So you have to know that you have to lead yourself. And you have to see if you're talking to other people that's leaders or having a conversation as in a group, make sure y'all come down to common understandings. Make sure y'all could really understand each other and really making a change. Cause yes, it is arguments in certain board meetings and certain businesses, but the long run and the end game, they want to get to a goal. They want to get something accomplished. And that's for all of us in the world. Like, we're not just living or doing certain things. No, we can't act like we got the answers when things are not being done. That goes for everybody. You know, it's not just putting like the energy out there in the world for certain people. No, it goes for all of us. Like, we can't act like we got the answers if we ain't complete nothing and things are still the same in our lives or people's lives around us. We can't act like we solved anything if nothing was being solved or nothing is solved at all. So that's why if you really thinking that you have the answers, you better really solve what you think you can solve. You really better do what you think you can do. Don't just talk it. Be about it. Really make something happen. Really make something chisel. You know? Because I see so much people in the world talk about they could do this, they could do that, or they know what this is, or they could fix this, or this ain't correct, that ain't correct, or she ain't doing this correct, or like he doing this wrong, or they banging wrong over there, or they got a problem with them, this church ain't good. Like, wow. So everybody is so right and everybody's so wrong, like, and this is what I say, like, we don't see the contradiction that we do with each other every day. But when you talk to people about that, that's when people get angry. Because people don't like to talk about the truth of the nonsense that we do every day as human beings to each other. But we still paint over it or gloss over it with some, you know, clear paint, and we act like nothing never happened. Hmm. How long we could keep doing that and acting like nothing ever happened in this world? That's how things just get worse for certain people in this world. And then it's gonna keep on trickling down. As I said, man, I keep coming on this live. Yeah, I would like for people to really start to dive down into questions with each other, ask each other how we could make this world better, because that's things that we need to ask each other, and we need to set things up and do things. People need to do things if people really want to help this world. Because the talking is alright, it sounds very nice, but doing is better. And it ain't about telling people that's adults what to do or trying to make people join things. No, it ain't about that. Hold on. I told this kid today, when there are cracks in a foundation and it doesn't get addressed, it gets worse. And that's true, very true. It's true within, like, I always talk about this, and this is one thing that I always say on. I'm very glad you said that. Your average logic thinker. Bless up to you. Much love to you and your family. I always stress that because I watch human beings ignore things, and when it really hit the fan, that's when they want to rile up or they want to get mad. And You can't get mad when you seen the signs. It's just like my boy cousin was saying earlier this afternoon when he came over to my house, when some people in bad relationships and they see the signs but they still stay in the relationship. You seen the signs, but you stayed there. So yeah, you get mad at the end of the relationship and keep cursing each other out and all that, but come on, you knew what was going on when the signs was going there, when certain things was happening. You knew, but you stayed. So what you gonna do? Blame yourself or blame your partner? Gotta blame both of y'all, you know? And to make it on a positive note, you just let it go, man. You go your way, that person go their way and live life. Cause there's too much nonsense that's going on in this world that's not needed, and it's not about walking away. I ain't talking about walking away. I'm talking about just you let nonsense go that's not needed. You let nonsense go that don't even need your energy, or even that other person. They may not know, but you let that go. And this is like on another level of being bigger than being the bigger person. You save both of y'all. Like you just kill that energy right there. Like, nah. Like just stop it. And why I say that we need to start talk to each other and to make certain things happen in this world. Because when I watch certain people complain about certain things that happen in certain cities or countries, I say, okay, a lot of people hear it, but nothing is not going to get done if people don't come together and come up with solutions. Because the problem is there. The problem is there. The problems would be there. But what is the people going to do? And that's why I always say the people need to band together. It ain't about us asking governments for nothing really, because if you're going to help, you're going to help. But other than that, we have to really start to learn that this is where we live. This is our country. This is our island. Wherever you live, it's not where they live, because where they live is where they live. And what they're talking about, whether it's on TV or whether they outside in the open, yeah, they may say something about where we live, but they're not speaking for us, or they're not doing for us. So it doesn't add up. And them speaking, it doesn't really matter when it comes to us, because any changes that the people really want in local communities around the world, many of the people are not getting it. So when I said everybody got the answer, no. The people that really can do things of coming together, that will be a lot of the answer in finding the answers. Because as I always said, it's us that's living in these places. It's us that have to go through whatever is going to happen in these places. It's us going through the things that are happening in these places. So when people see a clear eye and a good clear vision, they would really understand that this is where they live. This is where you live. You know, it ain't to be taken lightly, it's to be taken care of. You're supposed to take care of where you live. You're supposed to take care of your house. You know, and you're not supposed to look for people that don't live in your house to take care of something that's not theirs. You're not supposed to look for others to do that. Mm-mm. Thank you for everybody for coming out. Much love to everybody. Peace and love. God bless. Rastafari.